a 3 Michelin-star restaurant in the world's smallest city.
I was a little afraid to take it over because I thought, who's going to come here?
And here it's held 3 Michelin stars for 16 years.
We have about 300 inhabitants, and I think we brought back life to the whole town. We don't just cook food, we create an atmosphere, the stone walls and the history. It all dictates what's on the plate. If I have to describe my whole journey here at the castle, I think it started with a dream, and it's still a dream actually. We gained our 3rd star in 2010, we were only 4 people. I said, now we have the 3 stars and nobody's going to come anymore. So we need to create our own things, we need to keep it running, we need to innovate ourselves. Today we are showing you the castle, the garden, the art and the dishes that explain how this tiny Swiss city became home to one of the world's most respected restaurants.
In that time it was just a castle.
Then 8 years later we started taking over the house next to it.
Over the time it grows, and now we have a little city, a little culinary city.
It was like a private school, they went bankrupt and was empty for 2 years. And I think we brought back life to the whole town with the restaurant. It helps us with this beautiful building and this beautiful place, I think. We're gonna do some snacks. We're mostly vegetable driven. We start with our pickled asparagus. So this is a local asparagus which we pickled because asparagus season is over. So we have a lot of asparagus in this region, and then it's served with lardo, some crunch from the pork, and some egg yolk.
Our snacks change with the season, and what we always try to do is keep it crisp. We start with the egg yolk cream, and we add the pork pops. Then we add our lardo. We will melt the lardo under the lamp. So we don't try to make it too complex. There's complexity in every dish, especially when you keep it as simple as possible. We will do the kohlrabi.
We have like an alpine ponzu. The alpine ponzu, we have a producer of soy sauce here in Switzerland, about an hour from here. And then we just blend it with ingredients from the region. Very simple, but it's very refreshing. I think especially in the beginning, when the snacks are light and not too heavy and more strong in taste, strong in acidity, strong in salt. We serve it quite fast as well. As soon as they sit at the table, then we try to have quite a variety on the flavors during the menu. But at the beginning, you need a little bit of a strong start.
So we do it a carrot with horseradish and capers.
So first I put a little bit salt on it with some Pike caper emulsion. So we have this dehydrated carrot, where we add some capers on top. We were cutting this in a special shape just to make it a little bit differently. And we are quite vegetable driven when we start with the snacks. So we add some horseradish here. Can never be enough horseradish to start. A little bit spiciness at the beginning. Pinch of lemon. And then we can leave it pure or we can add some flour. So depends a little bit.
Andreas from the beginning wanted to create a special place.
So this is actually the center of Fürstenau. And we were very fortunate to, after the opening in 2003, that we could take over this little place in 2011.
Like a little culinary city and a place where everyone is welcome and feels the spirit of the castle.
So you can see here Casa Caminada. It used to be 2 stables. There are still the old pillars from the stable. And over here we have our little shop where we sell our own products.
It's not only the castle, it's the village. Yeah, it's the city.
In the city you can be distracted. Here you look out of the window and you see the mountains. You see the seasons changing, and that tells us how to cook.
We do tomato tartlet with fresh cheese.
I put in, we had like a tomato mojo, like a tomato cream based on tomatoes, onions, a little bit garlic, all the bread, olive oil. We roast it in the oven. Then we do this cream out of it. So we have some dried tomato, some tomato powder. And then we have this mojo underneath. But it's very fragile. Put it in here. Some coriander seeds. Pickle them. Then we just add some flowers. Here we have a fresh zucchini flower.
We just take that what we need, and the ingredients we use, they're as fresh as possible. So our guests feel the sun, the freshness on the plate.
It's not about the Michelin-star primarily. Of course, you don't want to lose it, but cannot be your main goal. My main goal is to create a place and to not stand still with the place, to always innovate, creating menus all 8 weeks, keeping the energy high. That's my job.
Develop yourself, develop your kitchen without losing the idea and the context of what are you doing. We also use some of the wine leaves. We also use them for a snack. We do the wine leaf, pickled wine leaf with pepperoni and grapes. We will put them in a brain with 6% of salt, and afterwards we will put it in a brain with a lot of spices, and then we actually can use it during the whole winter. We have our wine leaves, our braised bell pepper inside. Then I add our chili emulsion. We cover everything with our pickled wine leaf. I have a lemon gel. Then we have our pickled grapes, raisin. I add some chili powder. We add some Bronze fennel, some anise flower. And we have pickled dill flour.
So after the snacks, when the people come into the restaurant, they get another 2 little bites, and then we start actually with 4 little dishes, which are all mostly vegetable driven. So this is now one of those. So we have all the ingredients out of the garden. So we have the tomatillos, we have the beet sprouts, we have the peas, we have the beans, the green ones, we have some cucumbers and the small cucumbers already. And then we have a lot of greens. We have a special spinach, which is my absolute favorite ingredient of the garden. It's a Malabar spinach. It's just still very small, but they're growing now, they're coming. And they taste after a little bit, they have a nutty taste, and they're very crispy, very beautifully. Some Hoya Santa leaf, it's a little bit peppery. And we have kohlrabi, some fennel, and some nasturtium vinaigrette with salad. With green salad, we have a dill vinaigrette and some green oil. We just place it together. It's very simple. Green, very green. Place this dill vinaigrette in the middle. Mozzarella, peas, some beans. And we have a little bit of this, like a green salad. Take all the green salad we have, and we mix it up, and we do like a vinaigrette out of it. We do a cream with fresh cheese and a little bit green chili, with green oil, herbs oil, kohlrabi, little meringues, salty meringues. Then we have this beautiful Malabar spinach. It has a very nutty taste, super beautiful. Some mint leaves, the small ones. And we have this nasturtium.
We are picking some nasturtium. We also love this plant because you have this beautiful spiciness, which is like mustard oil spiciness, which you realize when you eat it, you realize that in the nose, not on the tongue.
I like to place it with the root, a little bit wild. More nasturtium here. This Hoya Santa leaf, which is a little bit like a peppery, spicy.
There we have Hoja Santa. Learned about this plant in Mexico, and I had a dish with that, like a Hoja Santa pasta, which was amazing. And this is like we call it a pepper leaf as well, Mexican pepper leaf. And this is also very aromatic.
Skibba,
Yeah?
you have a beautiful scoop of ice.
Yes.
This. So and then we place a little bit of a fresh salad ice cream on top here. So this is the green dish that we serve. So it's a very refreshing dish actually.
When I started here in 2015, the garden doesn't exist. The kitchen was very international. We had a lot of expensive products on the menu. With starting the garden project, we start to buy things from the local producers. The garden becomes a source of creativity.
We don't talk about the garden all the time, but you feel it when you get it. You can feel, hey, wow, there's elements of the garden into these dishes, and that, I think, is the most important part.
So we're going to do now our pike perch dish. The first step we do is fillet the fish. Pike perch is a very common fish actually in our lakes. I think in middle of Europe you can find it almost everywhere. In Switzerland it's available the whole year. Then we're gonna pickle it in a brain from vinegar, salt, water. We have the ingredients for the brain. It's 1.5 liter of water, half a liter of vinegar, and we have 100 grams of salt. We're gonna brain this. We're gonna brain the fish now in this liquid for around 40 minutes till it's nicely cooked. After we brain the fillet, we add it to a infused and flavored oil, which is basically olive oil and a little bit garlic and lime. We keep the fish inside the oil for around 12 hours. Afterwards, we take it out of the oil and we flame it to give a little texture to the fillet. We're adding a little of the infused oil and seasoning with salt. We're gonna cut the fish now in portions.
So shall I do the plating?
Yes? Okay.
So this is the ingredients that Marcel picked in the garden. And then we have fermented water with tomato water. We have some oil with a little bit spicy, some chili oil. And here on the sides we have from the pike perch, the sides, which are a little bit more fatty, the fatty part. We have like a small tartare where we serve with a horseradish foam and some powder on top, some kimchi powder. So I start plating. I'm plating now the pike perch, which is still a little bit raw because that's what we want. Pike perch is actually more a fish that we use in the warm kitchen, but we started doing that maybe 3-4 years ago. And we use it more in the cold kitchen, and we keep it a little bit raw, that it's light and also a little bit, that the texture stays a little bit stronger. Fresh cream cheese, which is quite nice. We just halve them because they're quite sour. Some of them are not ripe, so it's also nice to have like unripe fruits because we want sourness in here, not too sweet. But of course, with the physalis, we have a touch of fruitness. Shouldn't be a fruit salad.
The raspberries, yellow raspberries, which we use for the pike perch dish. This is the mulberries. They're like flavor-wise like cucumber. We're playing a little bit with the acidity and with the textures in our dishes. So that's why we want to use the unripe fruits as well.
To play with this sourness, a little bit of the sweetness, and to play with these flavors, it's quite nice. Here we have like a dehydrated tomato.
We take fennel as well.
Which is sliced very thin, so it's very crunchy. Just put it in, we shocked it a little bit in iced water. Add this a little bit on top. And we have the liquid here, with this fermented. It's very hot outside at the moment, so it has to be very light, not too heavy sauce. In the summer, it's very light. In the winter, of course, we also love to use a lot of butter in the sauces, etc. But for the summer, we just love to have it very, very light and very, very digestible. So we add here some flowers on top. And we really want the guests that they feel our garden. If they go for a walk through the garden, that they can see the ingredients also there, but also here on the plate. That's very important for us. To not talk about it, to more let them experience it. This is the main dish. Then on the side, we do a little from this marinated side parts, just marinate with some oil, olive oil, some shallots, some salt, some pepper. So, and then we have this horseradish foam, and we have a little bit of the powder on top. So this is the dish from the actual menu. It's a very light dish. It's a pike perch with fennel, some berries from the garden, and some tomatoes. It was about to fill this beautiful big house with personal items as well, because I want to make it cozy. I want to feel the guest when they comes in that they feel like at home. And then art is a great way to do this as well, next to other pieces, of course. And that's something which is very personal at the end, you know. You like it or you dislike it. If I like it, I like it. And it also creates a lot of debates in the restaurant, and that's nice. We want people who think it's nice or don't, who say it's horrible. Sometimes we get a mail, what a horrible art we have, etc. But that's nice. It's all about art at the end. Favorite piece is, there is something from Not Vital I really like. It's like something which is similar to a deer skull, but it stays fuck on it. And he's an 80-year-old artist, and he comes from the Engadine, and he's world famous. This is Schloss Schauenstein.
Little culinary city and a place where everyone is welcome.
It's beautiful. I love to be in a small place and attract people to come here to enjoy our great food.
In 5 years, I want to be in Schauenstein Castle. Work in that castle still will be one of the best restaurants in the world.